Welcome to the Bowel Chronicles, where we dive deep into the world of bowel health. I'm your host, Nikki Kilpatrick, and on this podcast we have raw and candid conversations with individuals facing various bowel conditions and illnesses. Through personal stories and shared experiences, we illuminate resilience and courage in the face of adversity. Be reminded that each story is personal and unique. These conversations are not to be taken as medical advice or to replace guidance from a doctor or healthcare provider. Our aim is to inspire and empower through these amazing stories, amplifying voices often unheard. So join us as we embark on this journey together. Sit back, listen, and be inspired. Enjoy the episode. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Bowel Chronicles. I'm your host, Nikki Kilpatrick, and today we are joined by Jessica and her mum, Kim. Jessica, it's great to have you here today to share a little bit of your story, and it's also great to have mum here to add the little bits in that we will need to get your backstory. So it's great to have you here. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
So Jessica, you are someone, you're 9 years of age and you are living with a stoma bag. You have a colostomy bag on your belly. Now, I just want to find out a little bit more about you because I've been following you on social media for a very, very long time. You're a brave little girl. And in my world, whenever I see you, you are this just bright, bright, shining star, sharing your journey for so many people, and you are inspiring them and encouraging them in their health journey. So if we could just start off our chat today by going back, you are 9 now and you had your stoma whenever you were just 4 years old. Now, do you remember what life was like for you before you had your stoma bag?
Yes, so before I had my stoma, I was in a real lot of pain.
A lot of pain. And did it make you sick? Did it make you feel unwell? What did it do to you?
Well, what it did to me, it was hurt really bad, so I could barely do stuff because I was in so much pain.
Okay. And you were so young. Did that influence you or impact you whenever you were going to school? You know, was it a bother? You know, could you play with your friends? Could you go to school?
Yeah, I could go to school and I still could play with my friends.
You could. Okay. So what was going on with your bowel, Jessica, was you had a slow bowel, you had a dysmotility of your large bowel. So your large bowel pretty much wasn't working. It wasn't allowing your poo or your poop to pass through to come out, and it was just building up inside of you, putting you into a lot of pain. So if we could just ask mum, what was life like before that surgery? I know Jessica was born with a slow bowel, with bowel dysmotility, is that right?
Yeah, so when she was born, she didn't pass the meconium at birth until she was 4 days old. So the midwife came out and she actually checked to see if she did have a rectum was there, because some children are born without one. And it was. She got her first enema at 10 days old. And she just suffered since then, and she was just chronically constipated. So high medicines like senna, lactulose, nothing agreed with her. So then we weaned her, and when we weaned her, we kind of seen the opposite. So she went really loose, and like a stool was a very light colour. But that lasted about 2 or 3 weeks, and then she went back to being chronically constipated again. She had anal fissures, so she had to get them surgically removed because they didn't heal. She was in and out of hospital quite a lot, like every couple of months, to have bowel cleared out and fissures removed. And then I think she was about the age of 2, they mentioned about a colostomy. But we did say, is there anything else we can try first? So we the Quaffora washout system, which is irrigation.
Yes.
So we tried that, and that went okay, but then it started to fail. So they gave us like an extension tube, so the water went more in the bowel.
Okay.
And that just didn't work very well at all. So the last option was to have a colostomy stoma for a year. Obviously she had a stoma, but she was still chronically constipated. So over the years, she developed like diversion colitis, and she was in and out of hospital, still in a lot of pain. But at the moment, she's thriving, should I say. So she's still got a stoma. She's coming up to 6 years now, but she still does get chronically constipated still.
Okay. Kim, how did you manage? I'm just intrigued from the irrigation point of view. I myself used irrigation for 3.5 years. It failed right from the get-go, and it basically for me was just this daily exercise that I had to do to try and stimulate the bowel or remind it to work. How did you manage with a baby to do that irrigation?
To be honest, it was hard, and you know, my heart goes out to any parents out there that does have to do it, and especially when the children are getting a bit older, because Jessica was 2 and the age of 3 as well. And as we noticed when she was, you know, as time was going on and we were carrying on doing it, she becomes more aware of what's happening. But there was times where she was in that much pain that she begged us to do the washout to try and relieve some of the pressure that she was feeling. But again, because she was that constipated, when you're doing the irrigation, do you know, the tube can get blocked.
Yes.
And then the water can't go in. And as a parent, it was hard and frustrating because it wasn't nice on Jessica either.
No, and to get nothing in return for it is soul destroying. So then they decided to do a colostomy, which is a stoma for our listeners and audience today, is a stoma into the large bowel. So she has a part of her large bowel brought out through an opening on the skin, and then her little stoma bag is attached to that. You know, had there been much talk, you mentioned there from the age of 2 that it was a possibility. Was it a gradual thing? You were pushing it back, and then was that the last opportunity to just go for it?
Yeah, it was for Jessica. It was the last resort. We tried the irrigation. We weren't sure if Jessica would cope, but you know, we wanted to try every possible opportunity of anything that could help her before going for the stoma.
Okay. And the type of colostomy that she has, is it a reversible surgery?
She's got an end colostomy, so she was meant to have it for a year. And when she got it done, they said possibly 2 years, but then that first year she ended up having a colon narrowed inside, so she had to go in and have refashioning done to trim down the colon that had become narrowed and damaged. So they trimmed it back down to healthy colon, and at the moment she's still got problems, so there's no talks of a reversal.
So Jessica, you still have some problems today, and that I think on your notes you've got diversion colitis, and you've had a few other things going on. You've had kidney stones and everything going on as well. But you're still going to school, you're still pushing on. I think you're quite determined young girl. You don't like to be sick or to be lying down. How do you manage school? How do you manage your friendships and things?
So in school, my teacher that I had in year 3 gave me a cushion for my chair ever in case I am in pain.
Oh, that's very, very sweet of her. And then what do you do whenever you're at school? Are you able to manage your stoma bag? How does your stoma work? Do you empty your bag once a day? Do you empty your bag every other day, every couple of days? How does that work with school?
So at school, loads of the teachers at my school are trained to change my bag. So the teachers in my class change my bag, and sometimes I get it done once a day, but sometimes I get it done twice a day.
Wow. That's amazing that you have such cool teachers that are going to change your stoma bag for you. That is amazing. Really amazing. I'm so glad to hear it. And then it makes you comfortable at school and you know that there's someone there who can look after you. What about your friends? Do your friends know you've got a stoma?
Yeah, and they always help me if I am ever in pain. They always help me and they tell the teacher.
Good, good. And you like to do dancing and singing and you like to do art and you can do all of those with your stoma. Yeah. Who's that on the wall behind you there? I realise we've got someone else being interviewed today.
Oh, there.
Taylor Swift. Is she your favourite? Yes. Jessica, tell us this. Who is that you have on your knee with you today? And for our audience, for our listeners, I'm pointing to a brown bear who has something special on his tummy. What does he have on his tummy, Jessica?
It says Buttony and he has a stoma.
He has a stoma and he's called Buttony. And
He
tell
does
us that
fun.
he doesn't have a bag on. He's naked right now, isn't he? What is Buttony Bear all about? Tell us a little bit about Buttony Bear.
So, if you ever get a stoma, you might receive a Buttony Bear, which can help you because it can show you what a stoma is. So, if you're about to get a stoma, then you'll probably get one of these, which can show you what a stoma will look like.
And so for our audience today, you can actually go on to buttonybear.com, I think it is, and also Jessica's Instagram her handle will be posted in the show notes below. You can go and follow her, and I'm sure there is a link there to Buttony Bear somewhere. So you do a lot of work in relation to kids receiving Buttony Bears, Jessica. So if a child or a young person is going to have a stoma surgery, they can apply and write in and ask for a Buttony Bear. It'll come in the post with the little stoma, and then they can practice putting on stoma bags and taking off stoma bags, and they can then explain that. And it's good for parents as well to be able to explain to young kids what a stoma is. So you've raised some money as well, haven't you? You've raised money for Buttony Bears to be created, and that helps then other kids. What's that like? How did you manage to do that? Did Mum help you? Because you've done a lot of fundraising.
So when I got my stoma, I told my mum that I wanted to make a page to show everybody what a stoma is.
I love that. And then you make little reels and you put stories up and you share your life on your Instagram page, which is pretty cool. I actually watched one earlier on of you packing your bag to take on your holiday. You're away to Turkey recently and I seen you packing all your stoma supplies. And I thought, how brave is this 9-year-old girl packing her own bag and putting everything in that she needs? I know there's some adults out there that have stomas and they go into a real flap. They panic about what they're going to pack in their bags and how they're going to put it on. And you just took it all in your stride, packing your own bag, which was amazing. Do you know how to change your own bag? You know what all your products are for?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and you've learned that as time has gone on, what everything is for. It's fairly easy to do, isn't it? Yeah. And so you share that and you share that it's easy to do and other people can see it and your story helps other people. If you could tell someone your age what it was like to live with a stoma, is it good or is it bad?
I'd say it's good.
It's good. Yeah, because it's really helped you, hasn't it? And yes, you have those days where you're still sore and there are things going on, but I think your doctors and everybody are still looking at that of what they can do to help you. But all in all, you are not in as much pain as what you were now. You can poop using your stoma and things are definitely better off than they were. And you do a couple of other things. I think you are an ambassador for one of our supply companies. So I use Salts bags. I think you might use Salts bags, do you? Yeah, so you are the face of Salts. You are what we call an ambassador. So Jessica represents Salts, which is pretty cool at 9 years of age, I think. Yeah. What is it like? You're famous. Like Taylor Swift has her face on your wall there, but whenever I look at Salts magazines or Salts products, I can get to see your face on a magazine. What's it like to have your face on social media on the products?
Well, it's kind of cool because you would never think that you would be your face at this age. As a kid, your face would be on a magazine.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and that just excites me then, because where are you going to be when you're 19? What magazine, where's your face going to be when you were 19? And for our audience and people that are listening and tuning in today, you've also made it to the news. Your story made it to the news, didn't it? So your story has reached pretty much the world, and with this podcast today, we're hoping to push your story out there even further for people to have access to it, to listen to it, for mums who are going to have children who are going to have stomas, that they can actually hear this 9-year-old telling her story. Jessica, you are so brave. And is there anything else that you would like to share with us today? You've got something sitting on the bed beside you there that our audience and viewers might want to see? And for those that aren't actually watching the video today, Jessica is now holding up a Lego set, and it's a new Lego set. Wow, someone just came down a water slide there.
This always Stoma.
And this little figure has a stoma. And this Lego set was published recently. And Jessica, you went out and bought this Lego set with your own money, didn't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you also built it yourself. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And when this was published, did you just say that Lego set has a stoma, I want it? Or do you have other Lego sets? Or because she had a stoma, did you say, I have to have that?
Yeah, because I had a stoma and about loads of Lego sets and I love Legos.
Yeah. Well, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. And whilst we're looking there at this water slide and things, you were away on holiday recently. What was it like for you being on holiday in the pool, in the sunshine, with your stoma?
It was normal because it's like when I went swimming in year 3, because when I went swimming, you just use the I use the coloplast flange extenders, which I call bananas, and then out my bag, and then it makes the water stop, because it makes it longer for my bag to come off.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I haven't been away on a holiday. I've only had my stoma for nearly 6 months, and I've not been on a holiday yet. I've been in the water and I've been swimming, but I've not used those bananas. But I do have some because I think I might need them. I love to swim and I love to be in the water. So you were able to go away on holiday and enjoy yourself, and you booked another holiday for you and your friend next year to go away. And you managed in the sunshine. Were you okay? You didn't get dehydrated because it was very, very hot where you were?
Mm-hmm.
Did you drink lots of juice?
Yes.
Lots of ice lollies? Maybe some slushies? All nice things to keep you cool. Excellent. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for coming on and sharing some of your story with us today. Again, for our audience, viewers and listeners, her Instagram handle is going to be popped here below. Go over, give her page a follow, give it a like. And if you know someone who is going to have a stoma surgery, a child or a young person that is going to have a stoma surgery, make sure you refer them over to Buttony Bear, where Jessica's been raising lots and lots of money to help these kids receive Buttony Bear. And I think you maybe get a nice little book along with it, which tells you a little story about a stoma. Kim, is there anything you would like to add before we wrap up today?
Not really. I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
I would like to say to like any parents out there that, you know, reach out. There's lots of children out there now whose parents do no pages like ours.
Yeah.
And every child's story is different.
Mhm.
Parents might be able to relate to others.
Yes, yes. So if you have any questions, or our audience and listeners, and you have a specific question for Kim, Jessica's Stoma Journey is on Instagram. The handle will be here below. Drop her a message and I'm sure she will get back to you at some stage. Is that the Buttony Bear book, Jessica, you're showing us? Okay.
is.
Well,
A friend just like me.
a friend just like me. That's amazing. That's pretty cool that you actually get that book with that lovely bear. Yeah. Okay, right. Well, we're going to say farewell for today, folks. Do tune in again next week when we will bring you another story. But from me today and from Jessica and Kim, it is over and out.